How to face these emotions after quitting marijuana and dabs? The answer is to feel it fully. This is something that is not easy to do because for most of us, we have spent most of our lives running from our emotions. That was my whole life basically up until I quit, was trying to escape the present moment, escaping what I was feeling, unless it was like happiness or excitement or pleasure. And so I had a lot of work to do after I got sober from marijuana and dabs to learn how to feel my emotions and process them and live with them, essentially. I didn't want to live with those emotions. Like, if I had my choice, I would have kept smoking weed so I didn't have to feel them. But life had other plans for me, and so I had to start to face these emotions head on. And it wasn't easy. It was painful. It was painful because they can hurt. And if you are feeling some emotions right now that hurt, that's okay. It's part of the process in learning how to be comfortable with that discomfort. You might have heard that before. How to be comfortable with your discomfort. Let's have that be the theme of this video, right? Because life is going to challenge you, whether you're sober or not. Life is going to have tests that come in your way. You're going to face pain at some point in your life, whether it's today or whether it's closer towards the end of your life, third quarter of your life, whatever it may be. And when I grew up, I was a play first, do chores later kind of guy. I did not want to do my chores ever. I wanted to hang out and have fun with my friends. And I would always choose to do that first. But then what happened with that pain would come later in the day. After a fun day of hanging out with my buddies, I would get this like creeping feeling in my gut, like, oh shoot, I have to go home and I have to mow the lawn, or I have to go do this or that. And in those moments, it's like, dang, I wish I would have done it first. And so that was a big lesson for me when I got sober from marijuana and from dabs, was to start saying, hey, let me do the hard thing first, the painful thing first, so that in the later part of my life, I'm gonna get to experience some really cool things. And I'm only 29 and I still have a lot of life to go as long as I, make it, make it out alive. If you would have told me when I quit at 22 that I would be where I am today and getting to experience some of the things I get to experience, I would have said, no way, man. That's probably 20, 30 years down the line. Are you kidding me? 8 years? Well, yeah, right. 7, 8 years. And it really did come true because I started to get a lot of momentum. I started to learn how to live with my emotions, face them, resolve them through different modalities like therapy, through breath work, meditation, which Evan, if you guys saw that video, he just came on and talked about that. Parts work, inner child healing, all of that stuff really played a role in learning how to become more of a complete person. And in turn, getting to go out there and bring my complete self to the world, share what I know, share what I have to offer. And because of that, because I'm sharing, life shares back with me. People share back with me with their time, with their energy, with experiences. And I have some great relationships right now where I get to have a lot of fun with cool people. And it all came because I decided, hey, I'm gonna face the pain. I'm gonna face what is in front of me, the dragon within. I think that's a cooler analogy, right? You're facing your beast, your lion. I don't know if you remember in like the Roman Trojan days, they had to go like fight a lion. Like a young boy had to go fight a lion to prove that he's like a man. And essentially that's what facing your emotions is in a spiritual sense, man or woman, whatever. But it's learning, it's growing into adulthood essentially. And I'll do some more videos on why we struggle with these emotions, how to really more deeply resolve them, because a lot of it comes from PTSD, from trauma, from events from our past, and it makes it very difficult. And the desire often isn't there to say, okay, I want to go do this and face this stuff. But once you get through that dark night of the soul, as they call it, I really like that term. Look up Victor Odor, Dark Night of the Soul. He'll explain it really well. That's essentially what you're going through when you quit marijuana. You're experiencing a reflection of who you actually are in the moment. I do coach men and women on how to quit marijuana, how to better understand their emotions, and ultimately how to resolve their usage with marijuana and dabs so they can move on and experience some of those happier emotions. I'm here for accountability. I'm here to guide you through that initial stage that can be quite tough, usually probably a month or 2 months for most, maybe up to 3 months is really how long it takes to get rid of the withdrawals, get rid of the cravings, and start to experience some nuggets of pleasant emotions, right? That peace, tranquility, joy, inspiration, gratitude, right? All that's right around the corner of those emotions that you don't want to feel. Once you start to feel them, and again, I'm here to guide you through that so you don't have to feel them alone. So you know that I'm here on a day-to-day basis to talk to and let you know you're not going crazy, you're not going insane. You can get through, you can get to the next day, to the next minute, to the next hour, whatever helps you move forward. So schedule a call down below, and I look forward to getting to know you and helping you on your journey. You're experiencing a reflection of who you actually are in the moment. and it might be not who you want to be or who you think you could be or who you once were. And so that's where that fear, anxiety, almost horror comes up, and realizing, whoa, this is me. This is the person that's looking at me in the mirror. What am I going to do? How am I going to feel better, essentially? And it starts with, again, feeling better comes with feeling, resolving those emotions. If you've ever been happy, which I'm sure you have, and you look back in your memory bank, you can't really remember those happy experiences too much, right? But you can really remember the fearful, like traumatic times. And I think that comes from, in my opinion, from when we're happy, we let ourselves be happy. Well, yes, I'm finally happy. I'm going to let myself be happy all day long, right? So we resolve that emotion. So it's no longer stuck in our body, like stuck happiness in a sense. When we feel pain though, oftentimes, or in the past, when we used to, pain, anxiety, fear, depression, all that, and we try to suppress it, it hasn't resolved yet. So whatever happens in those memories gets kind of ingrained because it's really tied to those emotional states. And once we can learn to resolve those emotional states and allow ourselves to feel that pain, the agony, or whatever negative emotion, unpleasant emotion it might be, we can process through it and move on. So that is my emotional words of wisdom for today. It's a long journey. It's one of the harder parts of recovery from marijuana and THC, cannabis, however you want to put it, dabs. However, it is the most rewarding part, and it is a very key component to feeling happy and getting to live a life you really want, is feeling those painful emotions.